Hey everybody! So Awana's starting off this weekend, and I wanted to give you guys a chance to know what to expect our first night since we couldn't have our normal leader meeting this past weekend. So if everyone could arrive by 4:30, that way we can get everybody in their designated spots before clubbers start coming in. Our first night, we're going to have clubbers that are not pre-registered, and that's okay. The best way that we found to do it is just that as they're coming in, I'll collect the registration forms and their registration dues. I will then direct them to their spots, whether they're a Cubby, a Sparks, or a TNT. Our Puggles will do as they normally do, and we will direct them down the hall to the Puggle room. Once the clubbers get to the designated group area, then what I ask is that each of the leaders work together. There will be a box provided with name tags and Sharpies. So if every child can be given their name tag and tell them this is something that they have to wear each week. What we'll do is, just like normal, we hand out those name tags, then have them have a seat. Once everyone's in, we'll try to get started as close to 5 o'clock as possible. Then we'll start with our opening ceremony and our pledges. After pledges are done, then we'll dismiss out, and our Cubbies will head off to games as they've done in the past. That first night, we will pull the TNT and the Sparks aside, and we will go ahead and put them in their color team groups from the get-go. Okay? Once they're assigned their red, blue, yellow, green team, then TNT will head off into our blue room for large group time, and Sparks will head off into their designated rooms for handbook time. Now, during handbook time, there will be a stack of these bags. These are their issued bags that they'll get every year. All I ask is that you as the leader with the Sharpie put their name on their bags. Inside the bag, it will already have a baggie for their Awana bucks and a pen. And then at that point, determine if the child needs a handbook or a start zone. Now the difference, if you're not sure, the start zone is going to be their entrance booklet if they've never been to Awana before, or they're new to that particular club, like Sparky or TNT. The only time they would already be getting a new book is if they were there the year before and they have then graduated up to the second book because they completed their first book. And I will have a list of who those children are if there's any question. So I'll have all that already set out. Okay? So the main thing is that once they finish their handbook time, that they have their tools, whether it's an entrance booklet or handbook, they have their bag and they have their information. So just to let you know, we will continue to do the outside each of the rooms. They will have a color sign that'll say blue team, yellow team, red team. We're using the same rooms, and so there won't be any confusion there. As soon as that first session is over, each session lasts about 20 minutes, then we'll rotate. The rule of thumb is as soon as your group is done with handbook, it's followed by games. Whether your group will have handbook first session or second session, games will always follow handbook. Okay? So our Sparks and our TNT will rotate every week. 1 week they'll have handbook first session, and 1 week they will have large group first session, just to give them a chance to have games first. So to change that up. But once they're done with that, then we'll rotate, okay? During TNT, we will go through and orientate the kids on all the changes and what they need to do, and explain the awards and how everything goes. So there shouldn't be any questions there. Everything should flow pretty smooth. It's the same setup that we've had in years past. So those of you that are new to our club, you'll be able to follow and fit right in. At the end of the night, at 6:15, will be the end of our last session. Then what we'll do is go ahead and bring all of our groups back into the sanctuary. Our house of prayer, they have changed their times. So when they're in the sanctuary, they're there from 5:15 to 6:15 to help accommodate us for our opening and closing ceremonies. So once at 6:15, we will head back into the sanctuary. You'll go back into your same groups, and The first night we won't have any awards to worry to hand out or worry with, but what we'll do is go ahead and let all of the children get into their spots. The biggest thing is having everybody stay in their seats before their parents come to get them. Now, the first night I will try to make a list of all the kids, and we'll do like a sign out as the parents come, so we know exactly who is picking up these children. With all of these kids coming at parents coming at one time, we want to make sure that the kids are leaving with the correct parent, and the parent or the adult that the parent is aware that they're leaving with. Last thing we want to do is lose any children, or put any children in an unsafe situation. So normally each night I will have the normal sign out sheet where when a parent comes up and says, I'm here for Johnny, you find Johnny's name on the list, and then the approved people that will be picking them up, you just circle whichever person that is. Okay. Discipline, when it comes to that, if you have a child that there's any question or if they become disruptive, you guys do not need to worry about that. I will be floating throughout each of the groups to make sure that if there's anything that's needed. So please feel free to, if you need to pull a child away and come get me, I will be happy to talk with that child. I don't want you or the rest of your team to have any challenges with that, and then we can redirect and take care of those needs for those children. Also, I will have Sunday for everybody a list of the schedule when it comes to our Awana schedule. Now, we are starting the 17th. We will have a break on October the 22nd will be our Fall Y'all festival that we do every year. And so we will not have Awana that Sunday evening. Our last Awana for this year will be in November, the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And then we break and we do not have any Awanas during the December month. At that time, we're praying that everything works out and that our timeline continues as it has. We've been on schedule and it's been going wonderful, the new construction for our new building. So we're praying that when we start back up, I believe the date is January 7th, we will be in our new facility. So it's super exciting. I can't wait to show everybody all the new space because everybody's been working really hard and have designed such a great space for us. So in the event, one other thing I did want to let you know, in the event, if we have bad weather, normally we would have the fellowship hall for games. Obviously, we can't do that because it's under construction right now. So what we're going to be doing is it's on a case-by-case basis each week. If we have bad weather, we will use the sanctuary as our game area, and we will, the house of prayer, I talked with Pastor Scott, and he will find another area for them to meet. In the event that happens, then I will be reaching out to anyone available to help us move some chairs. We've got kind of a system that we think will work pretty seamlessly to help move all the chairs out of the way. But in the event that we do have bad weather, if you think you could be available to come in a little bit early and help us move those out of the way, then that would be great. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call or text me or email me. I'm available anytime. I'm so thankful that you guys are willing to serve. That this is such a great ministry. And every year I try to say I'm not going to cry when we do awards because I get so emotional when these kids start getting awards because I'm listening and you guys are listening to them memorize scripture that will stay with them forever. And they're learning what it means to have a relationship with Christ. And that's what we're here to do, is teach them that. And so I am so appreciative that you guys are willing to step up and do that and be there with them and take them through this journey. And I promise you that if you invest this time with them, you will feel the blessings as well, because it's so exciting to build these relationships. These kids get so excited when they see their Awana leaders outside of Awana, and they build and those relationships and have those bonds. So again, I thank you very much, and we're going to have a great season. See you soon.